up, Hugo! What do you want?
Your soul is tainted with worthless human will, yet your thirst for power remains undiminished. With every sip you take, you grow in strength, and soon you shall achieve perfection.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You will accept us, Mythos. It is inevitable. You were created for this purpose, and you shall serve it.
Never!
Fight it, Clyde! Don't let him in!
Consciousness. We see now. Human will is so insubstantial it cannot exist in isolation. You mitigate its weakness by interweaving it with your consciousness. We believed we had merely to purge you of your will to claim our vessel. It appears we first have to sever every thread of the consciousness that supports it. No matter. The time to build a new world is not yet upon us. We will contemplate.
Thank you, Joshua.
One can no more command the power of ether by drowning in its flood than one can constrain the tides by standing in the sea. I had thought Hugo wiser than this, but it seems his head was full of rocks after all.
Titan was strong.
Your Majesty.
But Mythos is stronger. For 5 years, that man lived only for revenge. Clinging fast to a fiction, even as it swept him into the abyss. One cannot change one's nature through force of will alone. Only the Almighty can do that.
Hugo Kupka, the man who gave his life for a woman's head. A fool like all the rest.
That the death of a mother crystal should be so beautiful.
Some medicine, my lord? I have salves, potions, anything you need.
Stop bothering me, urchin, or you'll feel the back of my hand.
You must consider your health, my prince. If a show of force is needed to keep the Dalmex at bay, You may trust in your dragoons. I beg you to call on Bahamut only as a last resort. His strength comes at too great a cost.
The Empire agreed to an armistice with the Republic, and yet the Emperor still plots its ruin. For now, the Dalmex suspect nothing, and as long as I can hold their gaze, war need not be inevitable. But more than that, Bahamut is the champion of the Empire. When our people look to the heavens, the sight of him gives them hope. Forgive me, Terence. Would that you were my master. But alas.
I will always be your loyal servant.
Should the Council's brazen maneuvering prompt the Republic to tear up their own treaty and launch a new assault, our soldiers would advance to meet them, cutting across the Central Isles, but not in time to prevent their forces from breaching the southern defenses and storming Twinside. And so the capital would become a battlefield. Thousands of innocents would die. I cannot allow that to happen.
There is one small mercy, at least. You will not be forced to do battle with Titan.
Would that I could avoid doing battle at all.
1,000 pardons, Your Highness.
What is it?
Olivier has been made Emperor. What is the meaning of this?
My father's orders. What were they? Quickly! Yes, Your Highness. His Radiance requests that Your Highness maintain position here and...
Ah!
Yes, my prince.
I must go to the palace.
Already you're... Indeed.
What is it now?
Forgive the intrusion, Your Highness.
I know you.
At ease.
We stand in the presence of the Phoenix. You wouldn't want to get your fingers burned.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. Though I admit, I did not expect such a distinguished guest.
How many years has it been since the Remembrance ceremony? 20?
I thought you long dead. Do I address a ghost?
Many have told me that I look like one. But no. I'm alive. Just. Prince Dion of the House Lesage, I have a tale to tell you.
I'd better give Otto the good news.
Walkways need patching up.
We've seen troops amassing at every border crossing.
Clive, you're back. I am. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more. Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's fang. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look... Better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto, Any word on the Royalist movements since I've been away?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up?
Thank you.
How may I help you today, Clive? Best of luck out there, Sid.
Ah, the conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident physiker suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Walooders.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Walooders must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map? The Kingdom of Walood claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waloed standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalist betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await. Not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw, especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
Clive.
No.
Look, he's crying.
And with good reason, children. He's a tear. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go.
All right, brilliant.
Finally.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait.
Hippocrates. I need to know what he is.
Alas. No. And not for want of trying, not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him. With my own eyes.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you are the only one who has. To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake, like some terrible force of nature beyond the ken of mortal man.
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do, my investigations shall continue.
Thank you. It means a lot.
How good it is to see you, Clive. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
Thanks to Sid.
Well, someone looks pleased with himself. It's true what I'm hearing, then.
Nothing escapes you, Lady Karen. It's true. Kupka is dead.
No more looking over our shoulders, then. Good. I'm starting to get a crick in my neck. Don't let it go to your head, though. And what can I do for you? Finished, are you? Is it business or pleasure? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
What is it? I'm busy.
I wanted to tell you that Hugo Kupka is dead.
Isn't there a new Sid?
I'll try to live up to the name. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
Back, are ya? So, will it be? Anything else?
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips. Hugo Kupka is dead.
You barely sat down since you came home.
Just spreading the...
So, the Professor's got a soft side, has she? I'd never have guessed.
No. She was right, though. Everyone was glad to hear the news.
Ah, but you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing. Not least of all Sid. You should tell him. Well, when you do, she's been going at it hammer and tongs down at that works.
Very well.
I think Mid might need some help, Tom.
If I don't come up with something soon.
All right, Clive?
I'm going to visit Sid, and
Sorry, I've got to get this thermal displacement
thermal...
display.
And this is for...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped ship... into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm... running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Good old Clive. First things first, the sack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
A full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list. Show these to Blackthorn.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
Blackthorn.
Hell with it.
It's for mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Spare myself the ass. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know.
Krieger's Tates. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy, though. And I'll need help. Get Gavin Otto in here, will you?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword-grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Valcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand coat in the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, and we can get this over with. going after this? Which one of these two luckies? Oh, it's not like it's the...
Up to you who you take to the desert. I mean, Gav's doing the fight. You don't have my winning personality.
Ah, don't listen to him. You'll be in the lowest of low company with either of us.
Thank you, Clive.
You going after... Which one of...
Gav.
All right, then. So,
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy.
southern reaches of... I'll go and scout the place out.
All right.
While you're off having a paddle, I'll pick...
You two, eh?
Fleece me.
Ambrosia won't help me here. Looks like I found the river. Where's Gav?
Faster!
Be safe. Sorry to keep you, Gav.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to grab as much of this Stardust stuff as we can. Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though. I asked over it, but if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what he'll get. There's plenty of this stuff lying about, just begging to be bagged.
Then let's get bagging, shall we?
We shall. Race, yeah?
Fly, Ambrosia. Thanks, Gal. So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me. should be enough for now. Let's see how Gav's getting on.
You finished? How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
Oh, you win. That might even be enough for old Blackthorn. Hey, before we go, do you mind if we have a chat? Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk. You know, man to man like.
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the time. Working out what to do in that.
There was a lot to work out.
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel the strain. Hardly ever see you around the hideaway nowadays. Always on some errand or other. You can take a day off, you know.
Says the man who spends most of his time behind enemy lines.
Only 'cause you keep sending me there.
I know I can count on you, Gav.
Likewise. So you keep sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you. Right. That's enough soppy shit. We'd better get this lot back to...
You go on ahead. And try to get some...
Oh, I planned after Blackthorn.
Right. Ready to go home, boy? Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs. Blackthorn, got everything you need?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
We should go out on maneuvers together more often. You know, it beats sneaking around on your Todd all the time.
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plate. It will take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with...
Thank you, Blackthorn.
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
I went up to give some greens to the chocobo.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn's started work...
Excellent.
So,
The helm for this will be...
salvage from the ruins.
Ah, but we don't...
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's... What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name?
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine. Excess heat is dealt with by means of... Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, in other words, the reactor would overheat. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and not only that, they're also water. Why? If sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would...
You can stop there. Mid said we might be... Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. The thing is, well, it's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking...
I see. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you up.
I think Mid might... need some help tidying up that work.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back, son. Best of luck out there, Sid.
How are you doing? Anything catch your eye? Think you can help?
How may I help you today, Clive? You earned this. All done?
We're seeing troops amassing at every port. Crossing.
No surprises there.
Good day to you.
The crystals we get from the tail are all but worthless.
Are we had to dig a new cellar?
Ah.
Go on.
There are whisperings of rustling. It may be given what...
Of course.
Excellent. You might be...
All right. Right. Let's see what the people of the village have to say. I better find out if this is just nerves, or something we need to take more seriously.
Black Shields took a hiding at the hands of some...
Excuse me. Quentin mentioned strange...
Nah, not me. I'm in, mate. Don't worry.
All right. Do you have a moment? Let's talk.
No.
Where was this?
In Lawbert. Was that rap?
Seems Lawbert's Pass is our best bet, then. What do you say to... Shall we go and investigate? Let's go. Run like the wind. You there.
Fuck! He's seen us. Get them before they escape!
Black Shields. Here. What the hell are you doing here?
What is it to you? Not that we give a damn. What matters to us is that you don't leave here alive.
Over here! Get him! Sick him! Over here! Over here!
Why were they here? Were they planning an attack on Lost Wing? I need to warn Quentin. Come on. You deserve a rest.
Oh, the ruins.
Of course. Anybody home? This must be our unwanted visit. Nice try. Nice try. The things I do for...
Sid!
You shouldn't have any trouble.
Indeed. Well...
All right.
Good day to you. Sid.
The crystals we get from the tail are all but worthless.
Clive.
I found some black
shields. Though they serve another master now. And it would appear the Packers, damn it all. I had hoped and bite...
I'm sorry, who did the Black Shield serve now?
Because I want him.
Who?
The former Lord Chief Justice of San...
I don't understand. Why him?
I was a member of the judiciary once. And fight it I did. I saw more than a few corrupt officials condemned to the very cells into which they had and throughout, it was the Lord Chief Justice who backed me.
So what changed?
I discovered that he hunted bearers for... I was a fool to think he shared my hatred of venality and vice. A means of ridding himself of his rivals. A mask. His response, however, and he faced no punishment. I lost everything. The faith I had once held that any modern... So I set about enacting my... I tracked down every soul who served him, but the man himself, with money and power come protection. And so I saw that I would need an army of my own. I came here to Lostwing and
everyone here knows this is...
Of course. They too, seen faultless friends sent to the gallows to... Our wounds are the same. We know where he hides, how numerous and well-trained his guard.
Quentin.
Our time is short. He may move against us at any moment. My friends and comrades, it begins.
I'm not going to change his mind.
Any friend of the innkeeper is a friend of mine. Keep fighting.
And what can I do for you? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Back, are ya? So, what'll it be? Anything else? What do you need? What do you want? Bring me the materials, and I'll think about it. No scratches, right? Yeah, that should do you. And?
He cracked the crystal too? You're joking.
It's no joke.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid.
Excellent.
And
Right.
how so?
The plating's enough to stop the end, which is why a prism for the dragon's breath. I thought a triple thick layer of temp. The helm and the plating are bulk. I need something light.
Well, if I were in, I know whose counsel I would.
Tomes. I've got all the detail. Can you take this too?
Right away. Hippocrates.
For you,
Well, actually, it's... Could you take a look at...
Shielding for a mithril? Engine? Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the... and yet remain cool, as you can imagine.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of us...
Perhaps.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. It's blighted waters, and yet we have made...
We have, but Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And oh... I see.
Early Gregorian history for the Dragoons. So if we... It might be applied. I shall speak to them if you would the knowledge...
Thank you, Hop. And since you're...
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need.
The other can assist me in research.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, it...
Thank you.
I am sure either of... So, Clive, who will accompany... Take your time. It doesn't do to rush such things. So, Clive, who will...
All right. So, what...
I have taken...
Garlic? Are you sure? Looks like...
So now...
Well, I was hoping to be...
All right.
See you later, Clive.
Good luck with your research. Now, where's Talia?
There's talk.
And what can I do for you? I'll be here if you need me.
Keep them pilchards nice and chilled.
Need to stock up on
Won't
these.
abuse.
There you are.
Ah, and there you are. We shouldn't have any problems finding what we... But if time is of the essence, perhaps we should split up.
All right.
Let's see now. Meet me by the gate.
Up! You'll not find a bruised pippin. Fresh cuts! Come and get them.
What can I interest you in today? Ah, yes. Good day. All anyone ever wants anymore is a water crate. How am I supposed to make a living?
What do you want?
Go on. Take it.
That should do it. Hopefully Talia's finished too.
Well?
I did.
Garlic and pepio nuts. Job done. We should get this back to Tomes then. But we're not in too much of a rush, are we? Quick chat. Do you know, I think this is the very first time we've been out on an errand together.
I think you might be right.
In all the years since you and that scowl of yours first appeared, you haven't invited me out once. For shame.
Well, it seemed long overdue. And you did say you had some shopping to do.
I was hoping to restock my supplies of herbs and liniment, yes. You and Jill alone burned through them like wildfire. No luck, though. My usual supplier's not here, and
I'll ask Karen when we... What is it?
Oh, just memories. I came here with Sid once, and just like today, I came away empty-handed. Has it really been 5? I remember it. Hold on. Does that mean it's been 5 years since we met? Feels a lot longer.
It does. In a good way, of course. Thank you, Tyre.
For what?
For everything. I just want you to know that all you've done for us.
Do you think I'd stick around if I thought it wasn't? But in the spirit of sharing and caring, you're appreciated too, by all of us. Well, I think we've tarried long enough. I ought to get these ingredients back to Tomes so he can make up this concoction of his. I'll meet you back at the hideaway, all right?
All right. And thanks again.
I heard you the first time.
So, Clive, who will accompany?
Very well. So then, what do we need to find?
I have taken...
White? Are you sure this I would have thought the
Though these items so much now.
Is that so? I've been meaning...
I will.
You two enjoy yourselves.
You too, Talia. Now, where's Jill?
Keep them pilchards nice and chilled. I won't abuse.
Are those Pepio nuts?
How goes the hump?
I'm sure everything we need is... Why don't we split up?
All right.
How about I'll find the other...
You haven't much, but you're free to look.
How the hell is anyone supposed to...
Oi, don't touch anything.
That's everything. Let's see how Jill's getting on.
Did you find everything?
I did.
Garlic and Pepio nuts. Perfect. Now, all that remains is for Harpocrates to somehow turn all this into what... But before we head back, would you walk with me a while? Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember? Walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells.
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would. Thank you.
And I saw some bread. Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham and it was just... oh.
You all right?
Sorry. It's just... you're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive. Well, I suppose we better be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates and Talia. I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will. You too.
Welcome back. I hope you two had fun while I was busy helping Harpocrates.
Ah, Clive. Harpocrates has all the ingredients. We were just waiting for you.
How's work on the shielding progressing, Harpocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Tarja how we might best go about preparing the Moondew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary?
Of course. Oh, and Clive, thank you. It was nice, just being with you.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. When both the shielding and the Moondew are ready, followed, perhaps...
Leave it to thank you up. Well, I'd better go and give Mid the good news then. Sorry to keep you. You'll be pleased to know that...
You found something...
In a manner of speaking, he's supervising the...
Brilliant!
Don't thank me.
Right then, better start to the black.
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is...
It's finished! It's finally finished!
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive. That's one down.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines and will be needing a displacement.
You don't mean...
Now they've got a finished one to work off. My ganging...
Good luck to the... Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown, searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and... That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being... I don't want it to be just a lifeboat for us to... I want people to sail aboard her by choice. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but...
I'm working on that, and I'll do everything I can.
All right. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, sod our plans.
Are you sure about...
Something tells me it's...
He'd be proud of you.
You,
I was. And you can come too.
Right. There's just one thing I need...
All right.
Aye,
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Really? That's a ship? Let's sail it round the lake.